Welcome back. We've been discussing hospice care with the folks from Transitions Life Care. With us now is Dwan Kelsey, Associate Director of Community Engagement. Dwan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, man, this is a tough subject for most people when they finally are faced with this. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what it is you do, and then we'll get into some of the specifics about the challenges you have.
So I am a nurse practitioner, and so I've been a nurse practitioner at Transitions Life Care for about 13 years. And I currently serve as the Associate Director of Community Engagement, and we are tasked with going into the community, mainly like community outreach, to develop those relationships with our different communities, our underserved, our under-resourced communities, those communities that we are really trying to engage as it relates to end-of-life and palliative care, who may have lack of resources that they have access to. And so we are tasked with just going into those communities, developing those relationships, and moving that needle to understanding what resources and options are available to them as they navigate serious illness and transition in end of life.
Well, I'll tell you, a question I wanted to ask is the cost for this service. I mean, how costly is it? And for folks who don't have the money or means to do it, are there options?
Absolutely. Transitions Life Care, we do not turn anyone down as it relates to cost, but most insurances will cover hospice and palliative care services.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, that's wonderful news. So if you don't know that this is available to you, which I guess is your job to let them know.
Yes, absolutely.
That's available to you. So a lot of times too, people are in a denial stage. I know my dad went and said, "I'm not dying, get me out of here," right? But the family is also can be in that denial stage. How do you break through those barriers? Is that something that you're responsible for? Or, I mean, what is it that you say to people who are saying, no way, we're far from death, haven't accepted it?
Absolutely, and I will answer that two different ways. Our amazing clinical team, I think they do a wonderful job in navigating those conversations. So once those patients become our patients, then that clinical team will go out, and it's really one chip at a time. So we have those multiple conversations, from our nursing staff to our social workers to our spiritual care counselors. All of us work as a team, and so the purpose of that is to get people to open up and to understand what are the barriers, where is the hesitation? How can we help to just navigate those people through this transition phase? On the community side, oftentimes what we find is that one of the barriers is that people have this myth about what hospice is. And so there is a huge hesitancy to even talk about end of life, not alone the options. And so we just keep chipping at it. So we just keep having conversation about it. And again, it's the same concept as it is as a patient. It's just to keep asking people, tell me more, because most of it comes from experience. Most people, we talk about a quote unquote a good death, and we talk about a quote unquote a bad death. And so for a lot of people, those experiences kind of fuel how they feel or perceive hospice and palliative care. So we're like a therapist as well, and we just kind of have those multiple conversations to kind of break down those barriers.
What's it like when you finally break down those barriers and there's an acceptance of the inevitable, maybe? Because that's what you're doing, right?
Yes.
What happens from that point on? Now, they receive your services. What is the transformation that you normally see in a family and even the patient when they finally have decided, okay, this makes sense?
It is an amazing feeling.
Is it?
It is an amazing feeling to know that now we're open up enough that when we talk about being comfortable, because that's a term that is often spoken of in hospice and palliative care, is how do we make this patient comfortable? It's not just the comfort as it relates to pain and symptom management, but it's also that emotional and that psychological and physical and psychological and mental comfort that comes along with that. So when people are able to open up and they get to the point that we call acceptance, then those patients can understand and make that transition, as we say, a good death. That transition is more comfortable, not only for the patient, but also for the loved ones.
And it is, I know that. I know, you guys make a huge difference. You have this getting out and reaching out to the community. How are you doing that? I mean, I guess this is one way, right?
Yes.
Do you have other resources that you are using?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a team. The community education department is a team. And so we go out into our 10 counties and we have advanced care planning classes. We have a documentary, a 25-minute documentary. It's located on our website. It is called An Act of Love. It centers the lives of African Americans, Hispanic, Latino population, and those that live in rural communities around what it is like to navigate serious illness in those 3 communities. So that is available. We actually have something that's called Creating an Unbroken Circle for Your Faith-Based Communities, which is a faith-based curriculum around the health literacy of end-of-life and palliative care. And so we have several ways. We have tours that's available for anyone to join us on our tours. So we really make ourselves available and accessible to the community. So you can always just call or go to our website to get more information on how you would like us to engage in your community.
Sounds like you are an all-in-one kind of thing for the patient and the family. I mean, it's spiritual as well as medical, and all of that is incredibly important, mental health as well. For folks because I don't know if you need help or not in volunteers, but do you? And if so, for people who are watching, how would they get a hold of you and volunteer?
Oh, absolutely. Our volunteer department is huge, and they do a wonderful and a magnificent job. And so people can actually just go to our website or actually just call Transitions Life Care and ask for the volunteer department, and they will be more than happy. Other ways is donation. So you are able to donate to Transitions Life Care as well. Many people will leave something in their will to be sent to Transitions after they are deceased. We have bricks on our campus that one can purchase for their loved ones, and so they can always go and see their names in a brick. And so we have many ways to volunteer at Transitions Life Care.
Yeah, thank you so much for what you do, all of you. I mean, it's unfortunate we have to go through it, but if we have to, this is really the only way to do it. It really is. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you for being here, and thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed today's show, and if you have any questions or would like to know more, visit our websites at raleighcw.com and myrdctv.com. I'm Bill LeMay, and thank you for watching Community Matters, and we'll see you next week.